Alright, I'm gonna give in. I'm gonna stop your little temper tantrum, your constant whining about me being a coward and everything. And I'll say this right now. I mean, okay, so you insist that I'm a coward and a crybaby among all the other insults and straw mans you thrown at me. Now, okay, fair enough. I'm a coward and a crybaby. You happy now? Why do you just refuse to answer my question of why illegal immigrants deserve to be shot to death and why? I mean, how is murdering them any better than your opinion that they're these just abhorrent fucking criminals, worse than rapists or even serial killers? When well, you want to serial kill. Uh, you just won't answer that question for some. Well, you said today that you already did, but the problem is you just insist on repeatedly calling me a fucking crybaby and a coward and all this other shit. You you cyber stalk me. Obviously, you're trolling me, but I don't understand. Uh, just the fact that you're doing all that, just that enough. You could tell me that you're not trolling and you're not cyber stalking. What are you doing then? You know? And if we were talking in person, I mean, that would tell me that even if you're right about this, the Republican Party is utter trash. Because I get this a lot from you people. Nobody's been extreme as you have been. But I just don't understand what well, you're a psychopath. But you've been telling me that I won't answer your questions when it was me that's been asking you all along. I asked the questions. That doesn't mean I don't answer them, but I asked first, and you just insist that you asked first when that's not the fucking case. I could say that you're a crybaby and a coward and all that shit, but what would you say? I'm not gonna. Well, I've called you a cocksucker many times, but I'm not even proud of myself for that. So I just don't know what to do. I'll admit, I don't know what to do with you. Are you proud of that? But just the fact that you're behaving in the way you are tells me, like, you don't even have the mindset that maybe you could convince me to become a right winger. That's not even in your head. That's how dumb you are. That's just. I mean, you can't think outside the box here. Oh, well, this guy doesn't uh, follow our narratives. I'm gonna cyber stalk him and troll him. I'm gonna strawman him and insult him everywhere I go. That's your fucking attitude. But anyway, here is the evidence. I'm finally looking at this precious fucking link of yours. Here is the evidence.com. I've never heard of this. And you just won't provide legitimacy of this fucking website. For some reason, you just won't. Probably because it's not legitimate. Here is the evidence analyzer for journalists. Okay, so it's an analyzer for journalists. And I don't even know what that means. Okay, so they're analyzing the 2020 election. I do have other questions, but I'll look at this quickly here. Okay, this is a YouTube video. Okay, right from the get-go, nothing. Okay, who is this person? Have you heard of her? I'm guessing female. Giuliani, Rudy Giuliani, 20,000 ballots. What credibility does Rudy Giuliani have? Now, I've clicked on a video from Renegade Cut. Maybe you've heard of him. He uploaded a whole video about this guy a few years ago. But you probably wouldn't bother looking that up because it came from me. But anyway, okay. 20,000 ballots were returned before they were mailed. Based on what? Is there a list somewhere that includes all these names? These ballots or whatever? Before they were mailed. So? 20,000, that's a small number anyway. How many votes did Well, you guys don't believe in the election, but okay. How many votes do they say Joe Biden beat Donald Trump over? By what number? I've heard the number, but I can't remember. It was millions. 7 million or something like that. These numbers combined go nowhere near that number. 7 million. Okay, now this. Oh, this thing is... Okay, this... I was trying to highlight it. Forgetting this is a YouTube video. Okay, this many ballots from dead people. Okay, I've heard left-wing pundits talk about this, and they mentioned that, well, this essentially is true, but the reality is that only means, as they pointed out, if I'm remembering this correctly, these people mailed in the ballots, but then they died shortly later, not a little bit afterwards. But it would be different. Well, I mean, is there a list of names that can be verified? And to see whether if they died long before the 2020 election, the voting period. And this many received mail-in ballots not requested. Ballots, what the... Again, there's no list. What the fuck? Okay, so moving on. This alone is nothing. Unable to verify. Unable to verify what? I'm not gonna... Oh, there it goes. Okay. What is this? I'm not seeing any evidence. What website is this from? Just because this thing says so? What is this? Nothing. Okay. It's showing that. Get the fuck out of here. According to data from datapa.gov, okay, so it's referring to that site, but it's not showing anything from that site, or is it going to? It's not showing that website. How? It refers to it, but it's not showing it. What the fuck is this? Just verify what? Nothing was verified. What's the point of this? Verify those hard to believe tweets. And as I said to the other guy, if I can find, it's buried now because of you and your stupid replies. He pointed out, what was it? They stopped the counting at around midnight or something like that. And I asked him, well, you insisted I didn't bother with him because I'm too cowardly, but I could find the reply right now. Well, why not? Okay, so see, you're all over the place. I think it was this one. Yeah, okay. Stopping the count in the middle of the night has never happened before. So A, that means stopping the count is illegal. B, that means stopping that count would never happen. Can you prove 20? Yeah. Why am I to take all your word for everything when you don't, you don't prove anything? I don't trust you guys. Baseless nothing but baseless bullshit from you guys. And it says, I said to him, he mentions that 2,000 mules, but then I ask him about, I throw it right back at him. I could refer to you to Zeitgeist moving forward, but would you even look it up? Probably not. The guy didn't even respond to me. What the fuck? But anyway, I've looked at your stupid website. Well, there's more here, but I don't even know what this is. I don't. You wouldn't even bother to upload a video to explain this or run me through it. All you're gonna do is call me a coward and a crybaby, because you have fuck all. So these aren't even clickable. Okay, keep looking at the PA data around. That many ballots somehow got mailed before. This just keeps on relying on these things, and it's not proving anything. That video showed me nothing. It showed me numbers. That's all it showed me. That's nothing. What am I going to do with numbers? Just because you say... You're a cyber stalker. Why the fuck should I take your word for anything? You're a crybaby and a coward. I'm going to cyber stalk you and say you never answer my questions, even though you question me and I can't answer you. That's you. Return before ballot was mailed. Okay, what's this? Oh, it can be clicked on. But it's a Twitter thing. Fuck Twitter. Twitter is garbage. No one's special. Yeah, that's real promising. Okay, return before... okay, I'll look at it anyway. Just for you. Okay. Total number in database. But again, even if all this is true, those numbers don't add up. So... Okay. And what was it? I had to look this up again. Yeah. Okay, so this number, I can see it right here. Do these numbers add up to even 1 million? Okay, now how many, look it up for yourself. How many votes did Joe Biden allegedly, as you insist that this election was fraudulent, did he beat Trump by? Look that up, Darren. And if that number is 7 million or somewhere around that, even if these numbers are legitimate, they don't add up to 7 million, do they? Even if these numbers are all legitimate or all factual, they don't add up to even 1 million, do they? So what do you have? Nothing. I've just debunked this whole website with that alone. Even if it is all legitimate and true. That only means that very few margins of error occurred in this election. Not enough. This thing doesn't even talk about what the other guys said about the... what did you say again? Stopping the count in the middle of the night. They faked the water main leak in the one location. It doesn't say anything about that. Several locations kicked poll watchers out. Nothing said about that on the site. They're on video counting the same ballots over and over again. So repeated ballots, that's not mentioned on this site. The video of the US, nothing mentioned about a USB stick handoff. Nothing. Now you know why I ask for proof of validity or legitimacy of these websites. Garbage. Nothing.